fast food can be a tough gig, but it was good enough for SpongeBob. We're counting down the top 10 celebs who worked fast food jobs as voted on by you, the viewer. Before we jump in, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified about our new videos. Long before he was training raptors in Jurassic World, Chris Pratt was a waiter at the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company in Maui, Hawaii. In 2019, he posted a picture of himself at Bubba Gump Shrimp Company restaurant. He captioned the picture, "20 years ago, I was a waiter at Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. Every time I go back, I'm reminded of the thousands of shrimp I ate off of people's plates on the way back to the kitchen. Please tip your server. Leave at least 20%. Also leave some shrimp." While working there, Chris waited on actress Rae Dawn Chong, who ended up casting him in his first movie, Cursed Part 3. Queen Latifah got her first job when she was 15 at her local Burger King. According to Digital Spy, Latifah got angry after cleaning the bathrooms during a shift. She said, "I would clean these bathrooms like they were my own. They would be immaculate when I was done with them." Then she got into a fight with her manager and told him, "You can't talk to me that way after I just cleaned that bathroom." She was fired after talking back to him. Latifah later returned to the Burger King when she became famous to rub it in his face, only to find out that the manager had quit. In a 2015 op-ed for the Washington Post, James Franco recalled his time working the late shift on the drive-thru at McDonald's. At the time, McDonald's was going through corporate restructuring and was struggling in sales. He wrote, "Someone asked me if I was too good to work at McDonald's. I went to the nearest Mickey D's and was hired the same day. All I know is that when I needed McDonald's, McDonald's was there for me, when no one else was." He practiced different accents at the drive-thru to prepare for his acting classes. In 2008, Rachel McAdams told the New York Times that she worked for McDonald's for 3 years. She said, "I'm not sure why they kept me. I'm something of a daydreamer and a dawdler, so they would only let me be the friendly voice that greeted you when you entered the restaurant. I was slow. I would be organizing the sweet and sour packets in the customer's takeout bag while the line snaked out the door." When asked how she ended up at McDonald's, Rachel said, "I was 16 and directing kids' theater, which didn't totally pay the bills." Despite her lack of drive, she said McDonald's was a great place to work. Former President Barack Obama's first job was scooping ice cream at Baskin-Robbins in Honolulu, Hawaii. In 2016, he announced the Summer Opportunity Program and touched on his first job. He wrote, "My first summer job wasn't exactly glamorous, but it taught me some valuable lessons: responsibility, hard work, balancing a job with friends and family and school." He also added that ice cream really isn't for him anymore. He wrote, "And while I may have lost my taste for ice cream after one too many free scoops, I'll never forget that job or the people who gave me that opportunity and how they helped me to get where I am today." Not everyone who works at a fast food restaurant has to flip burgers or drop fries. After dropping out of college to pursue acting, Brad Pitt found himself paying the bills working for
El Pollo Loco.
While there, he donned a giant chicken costume in order to hand out flyers to passerbys. Talking to Ellen DeGeneres, Brad had no shame when it came to the job, saying,
"Man's gotta eat."
What did you get paid for that?
I don't know, but I got flipped off a lot.
Before she was a desperate housewife, Eva Longoria was desperate to pay for her quinceañera and got a job at Wendy's. For National Cheeseburger Day in 2017, Rachel Ray had Eva on her show to show off the burger talent she learned at Wendy's. Eva cooked burgers and said,
"What we learned at Wendy's was mayonnaise goes on the bun first to seal the bun. Yeah, so the bun stays nice. And then you put ketchup on top of that. And mustard goes on the meat, because it brings out the flavor of meat." Despite getting the job to pay for her quinceañera, Eva worked at Wendy's for 6 years. As a 17-year-old, Nick Cannon's mom made him get a job, and he ended up at Wiener Schnitzel. Nick told MTV, "My mother made me get a job at Wiener Schnitzel. It was a job just to kind of help ends meet. I ended up getting fired." Nick was fired because he was too busy practicing for his future job. He said, "I ended up getting fired because I was playing on the intercom system at the drive-thru telling jokes. That's when I knew I wanted to be a stand-up comic." Amy Adams admitted that her time at Hooters was just fine and she was able to save up enough money to buy a car. On the red carpet, Amy was asked about her time at Hooters, and she said,
"It was a great job out of high school, and I was a hostess at first, and then I waited tables for a while, and they were great. It was a great way to earn money for a car."
Amy embraced her first full-time job, adding, "The pay, $7 an hour, was double the minimum wage, a fortune at that time. As a hostess, I wore a discreet little tennis outfit. When I turned 18 that August, I was told I could become a waitress and start earning big money." Before she was on The Voice, married to Blake Shelton, or singing in No Doubt, Gwen Stefani was working at the Dairy Queen in Anaheim, California. She worked there with her older brother, Eric Stefani, and John Spence, two of the founding members of No Doubt. With Eric on keyboards and John singing, they started playing music together, and Eric brought in Gwen to the band. Following the death of John, Gwen became their lead singer. No Doubt has sold over 33 million records worldwide, all because of a band that started at Dairy Queen. And there you have it. Any celebs that you think should have made this list? Let us know in the comment section below. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. And be sure to check back here to find out what else needs to be ranked.